Alright, I'm back. We got ourselves some Bale Baker Brewing Leota May IPA. And this one here looks like it's 6.2 ABV and 50 IBUs. And let's see, did they give us anything else? Our story began in 1932 when our great-grandparents planted hops in the Yakima Valley. The matriarch of our family, Leota May, worked sunrise to sunset cultivating the land we still farm today. This beer pays tribute to our family's legacy and the woman who started it all. Cheers, Leota May. Here's your IPA. Cheers to that. And I'm pretty sure at some point I've had this beer on the channel before. But it's an easy drinking IPA. It does have some nice kind of piney, resinous characters. It is a West Coast style IPA. But it's a rather sessionable West Coast IPA. So there's that. Alright. Today we are using that tester soap that we're not supposed to talk about too much. So I won't. Excuse me. We have the lather all whipped up right here in the Lancaster Razorworks shave bowl. Badass in the black and red right there. A very creamy, luxurious looking lather with a nice soft curl over the top. And here is my Aloha shaving handle right here, made by Ken from Shave 326. Designed by me. And on top we got the Lancaster V2 BadgerKnot, which I'm still kind of gathering my impressions on, but I'm enjoying it so far. Alright, before we put the lather to the face, we're going to use some hendrixclassic&co James Bond fragrance oil. And this is just a little vial of fragrance oil that you can purchase from hendrixclassic&co. And it has a little dropper like such. So I'm going to go ahead and squeegee some in the dropper. I'm going to get the lather in one hand and the dropper in the other hand. And we're going to just go crazy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, we're going to start off with 10 because I've used hendrixclassic&co fragrance oils before, and 10 drops seems to be the average for me to get to that medium high, bold and banging scent strength level. I do not like a light, weak scent. I like it to be bold, banging, in my face, there to be enjoyed. I don't like having to look for it deep, masked under the lather. I like it to be right on top, easy to pick up, and just filling up the bathroom. I like it to be strong. And 10 drops doesn't always get it to the strength that I want it to. And today, you know, it's not really bold and banging strength. It's just kind of around that medium level, but that's good enough. Alright, let's get some lather on the face. First, we're going to put just a little bit of moisture. Alright. Okay, and just for the hell of showing you guys, got my Lancaster Razorworks t-shirt on today. So I figured I got it on, might as well show it off. And let's get some lather going here. Again, a very nice soft curl as I pull the brush from the bowl. Kind of like pulling the sword from the stone there. And I have been enjoying this Aloha shaving handle. I didn't necessarily design it with ergonomics in mind. I just kind of designed it to look good in my own eyes, not knowing that I would ever get a gift handle sent to me. I was just trying to pitch ideas to Ken and help him in his brush turning journey, kind of give him some inspiration to work with there. And he has since created some handles of his own design, and he seems to be doing really well, and I'm really happy for him. It's always good to see a new artisan do well in the shave space, but it means a little bit more when that artisan was one of the hobbyists that started out as one of your supporters and became a friend over time. So really cool to see Ken from Shave 326 kind of blossom into a artisan in this community we all love. And I'll say he's doing a killer job. And if you're interested in one of Ken's brushes, check out Aloha Shaving on Etsy. Alright. Definitely a little over medium scent strength now that it's on the face. Definitely there to be enjoyed. And this mystery soap base is good looking stuff. Okay, we're going to be using the Supply V2 Injector razor. This is a modern injector razor. You can see there it kind of has a single nut design and then base plates with different levels of efficiency that are interchangeable. And it looks like we got a Schick Proline B20 blade loaded up inside of there. So let's get this shave on the road. I am a fan of the Supply V2 Injector, being one of the only modern Supply, or being one of the only modern injector examples available to us in the wet shaving hobby. This here definitely is a fine example of the style, but I still don't really think it holds a candle to the vintage options that we have still available to us through eBay and Etsy. This here is a great razor, readily available. It definitely gets the job done. Still made and manufactured to this day. And I'm sure, you know, they have all the customer service in place to give you peace of mind and all of that. But as much as I like this thing, I still don't think it really holds a candle to vintage Schick injectors, in my own opinion. And I think it's primarily because it's marketed not to the enthusiast of wet shaving, or even the Schick injector historian, but it's marketed in such a way where the primary audience it's trying to meet is the new wet shaver. And that's fine. There's a place for that, and there's a need for that, because we need to bring new wet shavers into the hobby. And I feel like companies like the Rockwell razors and Leaf and the Supply Injector, I feel like those three modern razors really do pump a lot of money into getting new wet shavers into the hobby. And more so, it's not necessarily getting them into the hobby, but it's getting them into wet shaving in a traditional way. And a byproduct of that is that they end up getting into traditional wet shaving or modern wet shaving. Because not everybody ends up going into traditional shaving, but they end up doing a modern wet shaving, which is basically using traditional styles, but with modern products and modern techniques. And I would consider myself a modern wet shaver. I know a lot of times we like to anchor ourselves down to being traditional wet shavers, but I would say a lot of us fall in the category of modern wet shavers. And that doesn't mean that we are any less enthusiastic about traditional styles or traditional gear, software and hardware. Doesn't mean we're any less enthused about that, but we're not anchored to the past. We're definitely, most of us are modern wet shavers. And we're pushing the hobby forward instead of living in the past. And I do feel like companies like Rockwell Supply and Leaf are helping us inject the hobby with new wet shavers. But as far as getting modern injector offerings out there on the table, they're still few and far between. And I really wish one of our artisanal modern razor makers would take a real crack at a artisanal Schick injector or an artisanal injector style razor and really push that genre of razors forward. Against my best efforts, I still think injector style razors, injector style safety razors, still think they're less popular than double-edged safety razors, gem style safety razors, artist club safety razors, straight razors, chevettes. For whatever reason, I feel like they're still less popular. And where some people have seen the light and had their eyes open to the greatness that is the injector style razor, it just doesn't seem to be as popular as I would hope it would be. And I really feel like if a modern razor maker, one of our artisanal razor makers, would take a legitimate swing at it, they would be able to help push that genre forward. Now, I know business-wise it might not seem like a sure shot money-making venture, but I think you'll find, much as with other styles, there are multiple modern examples of gem style razors. There are multiple other single edge style razors, like artist club style razors, that have been done in a modern format. And the Schick injector has really only been done maybe once in an original way, because PAA did a Type M or Type L, whatever the hell it was, replica. So it's not like they were inventing a modern style Schick Injector razor. They were doing a replica of an already made style. So they weren't pushing the genre forward. They definitely weren't bringing sexy back. They were just kind of, trying to reinvent the wheel. There's nothing wrong with the way that the vintage one was. And the vintage one, I might add, is pretty widely available. So PAA's offering really didn't do nothing to move the genre forward whatsoever. If you just wanted a readily available modern Schick Injector branded by PAA for fanboy reasons, it was there for you, but it really wasn't doing nothing for the Schick Injector connoisseur. Really wasn't pushing the genre forward. So, hopefully in 2022 we can persuade an artisan to build the courage enough to take a serious crack at a modern injector style razor on a more artisanal level, because we already have the widespread trying to appease everybody modern injector with the supply razor. It has all the marketing and marketing dollars, ad dollars, has the machine behind it, and it's a good product, so you can't complain about that. But we need something for the hobbyist, the injector razor lover, the injector connoisseur. We need something for the people that actually live and breathe wet shaving. And kind of want something to be proud about, something to hang their hat on in the genre. Right now, vintage options are pretty much all we got for Schick Injector lovers, or injector lovers in general. I keep saying Schick Injector, but it's probably just because I've been drinking. But injector lovers pretty much only have vintage styles to really hang their hat on and be proud of. The supply is a good razor, and it's doing its part to bring new wet shavers in, but it's nothing to really be proud of or write home about. And I feel like if an artisanal razor maker took a serious swing at an injector style razor, they would definitely sway a few minds, maybe convert a few people, open a few people's eyes, or push people to the point that they are at least willing to give injector styles a try, because a lot of people haven't even gave them a try. And that's half the problem, is just getting them to try an injector razor. A lot of people don't want to use a used vintage razor that they buy secondhand off eBay or Etsy. They want something brand new, never been used, for whatever reason. And can't really do that. Outside of the Supply V2, you can't really do that, because there's only one modern option. I guess there's the Parker adjustable, but it's definitely nothing to be proud of either. So, hopefully, some people hear my cry. It's not the first time I've been on this soapbox. Hopefully some people hear my cry. Hopefully some people agree with me. I definitely feel like we've patiently waited long enough, and it's about time that, you know, we get off the back burner. We've been on the back burner for a long time, and, you know, if you forget something on the back burner, it's only a matter of time before it boils over. When it boils over, it makes a big mess. You wouldn't want a mess, would you? Would you? Alright, just playing around. But, for seriously, I do wish we would get some better representation in the artisanal razor makerspace. Okay. We got a nice shave today. It wasn't flawless. I think there was a few blemishes or rough areas that I didn't really show any care when I was shaving over them, so shit happens. We're going to finish today's shave with a different but complementary scent, and this is Old School, the Shaving Shop Club, and this one's called the Closer Aftershave Splash, and if memory serves me correctly, this was made by Maria Arman from Through the Fire Fine Crap. Who remembers CDB saying Through the Fire Fine Crap? Talking about how long the name was. But they had an industry standard quality restrictor even back then. And I love the scent on this one. It's a dupe of some Armani men's cologne. And it's one of those ones that I refer to as a dark, clean scent. Because most clean scents are bright and fresh. This one's kind of like a dark, clean scent. It's a classy, masculine cologne. And I think it's a fucking banger. I need to dig the actual soap out and have myself a shave with the actual soap one of these days in the old Through the Fire Fine Craft formula. Alright, that concludes the shave. Hope you enjoyed this one. Soap definitely did its job. Another thumbs up on that part. Cheers, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one.